Hello, Sarah and Kevin down at Market Wines. We've got Portugal happening this weekend.
How's your Portuguese?
Oh, terrible.
Pretty
I can't
good,
even
I bet.
say like bad in Portuguese. It's that bad.
It's like the one region where I really struggle with the grape names, except for maybe Greece. Greece would be the other one. I think I'm pretty fluent in the French grapes. I'm pretty fluent in the Italian grapes. Portugal, I feel like I fall down a little bit, but we'll do our best today. And
You're not alone.
You can laugh at us a little bit if you're Portuguese and know these pronunciations better than we do.
Come teach us the proper way.
That's the fun thing about Portugal, right? There's two great things about Portugal. Number one, probably the best value of anywhere in the world. Like, it's really one of the only places you can get phenomenal wines in that like $15 to $20 range, which is really, really hard to do in 2019. And the second thing I love about Portugal is they use their own grapes, right? Where a lot of countries have jumped on kind of international grapes. They want to make Syrah, they want to make Merlot. The Portuguese have really like stayed true because they have this amazing selection of indigenous grape varieties that I can't say, but some people can. And it's fun to be able to go there and taste like unique, sort of authentic, cool wine. So
agreed. When you say that, I'm trying to think of the last time I had like a Portuguese Syrah, or sometimes you'll see a bit of Cab or Merlot blended in, but not often.
No way, man. They stick to the guns. They believe in what they do, and it was a smart play because I think it's really made Portugal much more interesting for people. And if you're a bit of a wine nerd and you want to taste some new grapes, it's a good place to go. So tell us about the white. What do we got here? Smells fun.
So I'll take a stab at all the varietals. Ravigato, Viosinho.
Como arigato.
Correga del Arino, just to name three. But I mean, I call this my house white because it's screw cap. I always keep a bottle in the fridge. It's really approachable. It's fruity, but still dry. It's super friendly and clean and refreshing.
One of these wines that kind of tricks you, right? Because you smell it and you think it's going to be sweet.
Sweet, yeah.
Because it's got this kind of perfumed nose. And it's one of those terms I'm always careful with people when I say it's a bit perfumed, because they think it's going to be sweet or it's going to be like overpowering. But for me, this wine is super pretty. It's got those really nice citrusy tones to it. It's kind of got a limey, like a lime leaf thing going on.
Yeah, totally.
But it's really, really aromatic. It has tons of character. And what's this go for?
$16.95, which is crazy.
$16.95. That's Monday,
right?
Tuesday, Wednesday. That's
every day
for me. That's awesome.
Multiple bottles right there.
And the thing that I love is, even though it's inexpensive, it's fun, right? Like, it's got tons of character. It's not boring. Like, you wouldn't put this on the table and go, oh, it kind of tastes like everything else, like cheap Sauvignon Blanc.
Yeah.
There's some real character there.
It's more than just quaffable. I love this wine. I think it's my favorite wine under $20 in our store.
I love it. It's a great summer wine. It's a great picnic wine. It's just like a really fun, fresh, beautiful little wine. And tell everyone where the Douro is. What's the Douro famous for, Sarah?
Port.
Right. And I think when people taste these wines and see Douro in there, they often think like maybe these are fortified wines or that's really the tradition of the area. But there was a lot of producers that realized, that Port's popularity was waning a little bit, and they started to plant grape varieties. And really, Castel d'Alba was never a producer of fortified wines, right?
That's right.
They were always focused on just like super high quality table wines. And because the land is not so expensive, right? Once you get off those steep vineyard sites that you see for the top ports, you can really hit some pretty amazing price points. So let's jump into the red. What do we got here?
Blend of traditional grapes, of course. The usual suspects, also the same ones we'll find in fortified wine in port,
Right.
but this is done table style. So we have Tinta Roriz, which is also known as Tempranillo. It's a little bit more common. Touriga Franca and Touriga Nacional.
Ooh, it's a big mouthful of wine.
Oh, I love it. This is my house red.
So you're a fan.
I'm a huge fan.
Same price?
Same price, yep, $16.95.
There's a lot to like about this for $16.95. I mean, number one, I think it's a wine anyone could get behind, right? Like, it's not weird. It's not like, kind of on the bizarre side. It's just like bright. It's got grapefruit. I don't know, how would you describe the fruit?
It's actually quite fresh. Sometimes I find some of the Portuguese reds can get a little bit more baked and savory,
right.
But this one, the fruit's still really refreshing, like fresh blackberries.
Yeah, you get,
maybe a bit of plum.
Yeah, you don't get those stewed fruits that you get sometimes from really hot climates like Portugal. I really like this. This is the wine, like, if you're getting married, if you need like a bunch of wine for something and you want to make everybody happy, but you don't want to pull out, something
Staff
everybody
parties.
knows. Staff parties.
Christmas parties.
Those couple days before payday. Right?
Yeah,
like
totally. You're like,
when you have minus
peanut
$9
butter
in the
sandwiches
bank.
and a bottle of wine, mac
Yeah.
and cheese. And I think what's putting Portugal on the map too is people are traveling there more.
Yeah, absolutely.
We get more and more people coming in and asking, "Oh, I was just in Portugal. What do you have from Portugal?" And I think we've got a really good selection of Portuguese wines.
Yeah, we have a big bulk selection of Portuguese wines because we love them and because they're really good value.
Yeah.
This guy over here lands on my table almost,
Ooh.
I'd say, every couple of weeks because I think this is one of the best deals in the shop.
And we just got this in. It's a
The new
newer vintage. Yeah, we haven't had this one for a while. So it's the same blend as the Tinto. It just spends a little bit more time in oak. It spends about a year in barrel. So it's made in a more robust, more structured, a little bit more tannin style, more herbaceous.
A lot more complexity though, right? Like there's a lot going on in that wine. I mean, if that came from California, that came from Australia, like I would really expect that to be a $30 plus bottle of wine for that kind of level of complexity. There's a lot going on. You could
It's got
age
some
this wine.
guts.
I mean,
Yeah.
you could throw this in the cellar for 5 years if you wanted to.
That'd be fun.
What's it go for?
At $21.95.
That's crazy carpets.
I know. Crazy carpets.
That is so inexpensive for what? I mean, if you had this wine and didn't know how much it cost, you would easily be thinking this is all a $30 plus.
Yeah, absolutely. Agreed.
Even in Spain, where I think there's great value, I think this still kind of tastes like a high quality Rioja.
Yeah.
All right, food pairings. Got any ideas?
Ooh. Well, I've had with all the cool weather and
That's awesome.
snow, I've had beef bourguignon on the brain. So I feel like
4 nights in a row.
right, like you could even throw that in the pot if you had to.
Yeah, cook with that one.
and then drink this one.
Sounds like a good idea.
Although that's so drinkable, most of it would probably end up in my glass.
It always does. I love these wines. If you haven't had them before, they really are some of the real gems of the store, and it's not easy to find wines today at that price point that are this interesting. So you should definitely pop by and give them a try. Any events coming up people need to know about?
Yes, we've got a few things happening. Next Saturday is our sale day, so we
yeah, the
have
big
2
sale.
left before the holiday season.
What are we doing for that?
We're doing 15% off wine, up to 30% off select wines,
Wow.
and then 10% off both beer and spirits.
Nice. Good day to load up. So
that's
these will be
next
even
Saturday.
cheaper.
These will be even
I bet this
cheaper.
is like $15.
Oh, it's stupid.
Great. You'd be crazy not to. Right.
And then we have Barber Fizz, November 16th, which is
Oh, yeah.
our annual sparkling wine festival.
And that's selling pretty fast now. I just
It
checked
is.
ticket sales today. There's only about 25 left. So if you want to get down for that one, that's a pretty fun way to taste a bunch of great champagne and sparkling wine from all over the world. So
Kick off the holiday season.
lots of fun stuff to do down here. So get down here and see us on the weekend.
See you soon.